Today I'm going to be making something really yummy, and these are my ultra chocolate brownies. So let's get on with the ingredients. 1 cup of unsalted butter, 1 1/4 cups of cocoa powder, and I'm using unsweetened cocoa powder in this recipe, 2 cups of regular white sugar, 4 eggs, 2 teaspoons of vanilla, 1/2 teaspoon of baking powder, 1 teaspoon of salt, and 1/2 cup of flour, and I'm using all-purpose flour in this recipe as well. So those are the ingredients, so let's get started. Alright, our first step, get all of our butter in here, and what I did was I just simply microwaved my butter to melt that whole full cup of butter. So that's the cup of butter, and then all of our sugar right in there. Grab my mixer, and I'm just going to start mixing this together. Just like that. This is a super simple recipe. Okay, I've got my 4 eggs here. I just cracked them, and I'm going to start incorporating those. Three. And 4. And then my lovely vanilla. Once that's well incorporated, I'm going to get all of my salt in there. And then my little bit of baking powder. And I don't want to use too much because I don't want this turning into a cake. We do want to have brownies. If you use too much leavening agent, it's going to turn into a cake. But I do want to have a little bit of air in that brownie. So that's good. And then the only thing that we have left is our cocoa powder and our flour. And I'm going to sift that in. Alright. So I've got our flour and our cocoa powder. Just slowly get that in there because this really gets dusty if you move it around too much. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to sift that right in. And then for any lumps, just grab the back of a spoon. Nothing sharp because you don't want it going, damaging your sieve. Okay, give it a few more shakes. Just get that all in there. And there's my oven, 300 degrees Fahrenheit. Okay, it's a very low oven. Give it a little shake. And there we go. Grab my mixer. I'm just going to get it on speed number 1. I do not want a dust cloud. You want to keep everything in the bowl. And I'm slowly going to mix this just until it's combined. Okay, once that is nicely mixed, we are ready to put it into our baking pan. Alright, so I've got a 9x9 baking pan here. I have it lined with parchment paper, and I just have a couple of little metal clips here just to help me, hold the paper in place while I pour in our beautiful brownie batter. So I'll get that like that. And we'll just get all of this really nice stuff right in here. We're going to bake these for about 50 to 60 minutes, depending on your oven. You want to keep an eye on them and check them with a wooden skewer so that you don't overbake them, because anything that you overbake, it does lose moisture, and then it is not as moist. Okay, I'm just going to push a spatula just like this into the corners. That's good. That looks good. Alright, so we are ready for the oven. 300 degrees Fahrenheit. I'm going to pop these in, let them bake. When I get back, I'll tell you exactly how long I baked them, and then we'll cut into the final product. So, off to the oven. Alright, I'm back. I baked my brownies for a total of 60 minutes. That's 1 hour at 300 degrees Fahrenheit. So I'm just going to remove my little clips here. These are metal, by the way, so they're okay to go into the oven. And then with the magic of this parchment paper, we'll just give it a little shake. And there you go. And look at that. Pretty clean pan. Where are we here? There we go. And oh, these smell so good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put these onto a little cutting board and we'll cut into them and I'll show you what they look like inside. Alright. By the way, I must mention that these have been cooling for about a half an hour. So you don't want to start cutting into them right away. Look at this. So there's no point in cutting through all of them, but I'm just going to show you how nice these are inside. I don't know. Hopefully the camera's picking up how really nice and moist that is, and super dark, ultra dark. There we go. Look at that. Very moist. Oh, that is really good. Oh, that was really good. I'm going to take one off here. I'll take two off. I'm just going to zoom in with the camera just to show you a little bit better. Alright, I have zoomed in. The brownies are so dark, the camera is really having a hard time focusing. Where am I here? There we are. But hopefully you can see. Really moist, really dark, perfectly done. And even with that little bit of baking powder, you can see that it's not cakey at all. Very fudgy, just like a brownie should be. Very dense. There we go. So I do hope you try out this recipe. These are really easy to make, like you saw me do. Super moist, really ultra dark chocolate brownies. Really yummy. So that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you next time.